the Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, our Lego department, co-comrades and viewers. We're reporting to you live from Concern News page. The man in question you are seeing, his leg, his face is one Mr. Innocent, a victim of police shots. Join us as we give you more detail on this very case. Thank you. Well, this is a citizen concern news. Ogun State Police shot Mr. Innocent 6 bullets, a victim complained to the human rights group. A police officer attached to the Ogun State Police Command of the Nigerian Police Force, Elewere, has been reported to the Office of the Human Rights, to have engaged in illegal shooting at innocent citizens in Iperu area of Ogun State, Nigeria. According to the report to the Human Rights Central Office in Lagos by community members and relatives of the gunshot victim, the innocent citizen, now receiving treatment at a private hospital close to the scene of the event, was harassed and shot directly at his 2 feet by the police officer for a reason not known to anyone. The report directly addressed to the Human Rights Office, and this was instantly forwarded to the legal department. On Thursday, 4th May 2023, Mr. Adewole Oluwalani Smith, a 60-year-old man, went to repair his car key at a mechanic workshop along Iperu Ilesha Road, Iperu, Ogun State. He was sitting inside the building where an apprentice of the key repairer was attending to him. Suddenly, according to him, a police officer later identified to have come from Elewere in Abeokuta entered the compound where Mr. Adewole was sitting in a group and began to shoot recklessly. He faced Mr. Adewole and told him that he would deal with him and nothing would happen. Mr. Adewole was completely confused but did not argue with the police officer. He told him that he only came to fix his car key. All of a sudden, the police officer, generally believed to have been under the influence of drugs, slapped him twice, that slapped Mr. Adewole twice, shot him at his 2 feet, and left him there in a pool of blood. According to the direct report of the victim during an interview with the Human Rights, he was at the workshop where they were helping him to fix his car key when he began to hear some noises. He said, according to him, say, I was at the workshop and suddenly we heard noise from the outside the compound and some boys around were saying, what is that? What is happening? Just within a twinkle of an eye, looking back, looking back me, he saw a policeman with a gunshot shooting Olori Buruku, sorry, Olori Buruku Niyi, say Yawere ni. You are all bad fortune people. Are you all mad? Among other dirty words, that is the words of the policeman. I saw him coming towards him. Say, Mr. Innocent said he saw the policeman coming towards him and saying, I will shoot him. I will shoot him. He said he raised up his 2 hands, immediately saying, Oga, please, what have I done wrong? Please, I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything, please. He just came directly to him at the entrance of the shop, first gave him 2 dirty slaps. All he all he see next is a gunshot at his 2 legs, and he started calling for help. But at the first people ran away, they couldn't help him. It was Panebita and the car key repairer that later rushed him down to a rescue and began to call people to please help him that he only came to repair his car key. Later, people came to his rescue and told him to take him to the nearby hospital, and the doctor requested for police report, which was later given to them at Ikweru Police Division headquarters. Okada riders and many aggrieved persons were already at the police station in Peru demanding for the identity of the police officer who, which everyone believes is known to the DPO of that division. According to Dr. Victor at Victory Hospital, Ogbere, where the victim's life was rescued, he informed the Human Rights Office on the Sunday, May 7th, that the hospitality and care received from the DPO of Iperu Division headquarters actually went a long way in persuading and public mind for violence. Only DPO and DCO from Iperu have been checking on the victim, and this is very encouraging. The very officer involved and his division has not shown up at all. Though the situation is now under control, the hospital is working on treating the effect of the gun's damage. Someone actually called and identified himself as a police officer who is willing to pay all the bills. He requested for account details of the hospital. They believe that whoever that is willing to assist in paying the bill should do so through the affected family or through the Iperu Police Division that brought the man to their hospital, said the hospital. The family are looking forward to getting justice by reporting the matter to Human Rights Office. The express fear for the safety of the victim is so concerned. All right, you can see, you can hear from the victim, Mr. Innocent, who went out there to fix his car key, and he could not return home peacefully with his two legs, where a police officer who was under influence of drug or whatsoever, according to the news, was shot him his two legs right there. There was no excuse, there was no news of any kind that there was any confrontation, however, between the two persons, either the victim, Mr. Innocent, and the police officer who shot him. So please, our concern and our advice from this office to the general public, extremely be very, very careful. So many people have died innocently because whom you are dealing with, you may not really know the of which influence the person is, either drug or alcohol or frustration or personal stress. So if you have any reason to meet a police officer on the road, I'm not specifying about Nigerian police alone, because I've also seen UK police, I've seen American police, the way even police from Italian police, where they rough handle, they have to use their nails to hold somebody's neck down and all that. Some of them will be hitting, and so many thousands of them will stampede one person without considering if the person will die or not. But if you are being manhandled and you are alive, it's still better, which no one is good though, than this shooting of a thing. We thank God that this man, Mr. Innocent, survived to be alive to tell his story. So for whatever reason, if you are walking along right side of Nigerian road and you find police with gun, please, if for any reason, approach them with carefulness. Approach them wisely. Use your wisdom, use your sense, God-given sense, and don't engage in any argument. I saw some of you that any little things you just jump to public and begin to, you stand in front of them and begin to video. If you have any reason and you want to take inventory of an incident, an ugly incident going on between you and a police officer on the road, mostly those that have gun, please be very careful. You have to consider your life first, because in the course of doing that, you might lose your life. One, they may not want to jeopardize, want to lose their life because you want to video and send it viral or send it to any authority that will put them on check or dismiss them as the case may be. And some, in the course of engaging with them, videoing them direct, you may have yourself to be blamed. They may smash your phone, and so many other things could come up if you don't understand. So if you don't have any reason, any serious reason on putting police officers on video, don't do that. And if you have any reason to do that, do it with diplomacy, do it with wisdom. Don't just stand in front of police. Yes, you want to collect money from me. Yes, you want to collect money from me. Nobody can tell, you cannot tell a story if you are not alive. Today, Mr. Innocent survived the shot, not that he had any confrontation with the police. Do you know that if you really want to talk about the fact, yes, police signed to serve our government, to serve I and you as a citizen, protect our lives, others, and property. Considering the police of order, because if you are coming in to become a police officer, you, of course, you'll be lectured, you undergo some training, but were you told this is this, it's not everything that you are exposed to. As times goes on, so many things will be unfold. Crimes that were not existing, the tactics, the avenue people use to commit crime, they bring up new dimension, new senses, new way of defrauding people, of doing all manners of things. Before it was burglary, before you know, people started doing other things. Before you know, people break in, break screen and steal things. But now they have other system of doing, and that is how crime also unfold in diverse way. So if that police sign to be to protect life and property, as crime unfolds in a different way, in a different tactics where the criminals are using other avenue to commit crime, the same way police will be engaging their life, risking their life in one way or the other, which we know, I categorically say that Nigerian police don't have much sophisticated equipment to combat some crime that is going on in our society. So they take their life, they risk their life. They are people's husband, people's wife, people's mother, people's father. The same way I and you have parents and our children also. So for whatever reason, we should consider their background. Consider this person might be frustrated. It could be frustration, emotional frustration, trauma, and all that. It could be because it can happen to you. You can wake up from your bed, going to your place of business, and you get frustrated because either family issue. It could be your pressure, it could be from your husband, your wife, it could be for your children, your uncle, and anybody. It could be even business failure at that day, and your mood will not be good. So see police on the road and you feel police should be doing right thing every now and then, 247. You are making mistake. They are human being, they have blood running in them, they have emotion, they can be loved, they can love, and so many. Do you know some of them can't even afford where they are renting? It's not every police officer that are being given a house in the barrack to live. Some have children more than their income. Some their wife trouble them, some their husband trouble them, some their children are also feeling sick. They are not spirit. So and many things can also trigger the angers of police. That you see policeman or policewoman on the road, don't just assume that everything is okay with the person. So learn how you approach them. Learn how you do your present your confrontation, your argument, your disagreement, and everything. I keep saying, if you are being invited by police, your manner of approach will determine how they will handle you. They are human being. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, ma. No matter the level of your life, that don't be too rude. Honor the invitation. No, even if you are being alleged, go there, give you your own response to that. And if you are waiting for your lawyer to be available, please don't go to police station with a violence and arrogance pomposity lawyer, because police station is not a law court. You might do this mistake that your lawyer will compel police to detain you, and if you go to court, there is a level that your lawyer can do. He cannot do much. Police can charge you to court, and before you know, before you meet your bail condition from there, you are in Nigeria. So whatsoever you are doing, use wisdom, use diplomacy, because people stay out there. This man did not have any issue with police, but at the end of the day, his two legs is almost condemned, too short. Sis, you watch somebody, a human being like you, and you shot the person 6 bullets, not a criminal that you are pursuing, not an abramba you are chasing in the bush. You are not in a physical confrontation, exchange of bullets with anybody. So we have not heard the outcome. If the perpetrator himself, the police officer who committed this offense, if he had been arrested, what is it that can be done in this matter? There are peaceful advice from our citizens concerned news. Please be very careful. If you are going out in the morning, returning back, ensure you commit yourself to Lord for God protection. Because if it is by confrontation, this man have not read any statement of any kind of such. So please remain blessed. We'll be back soon for other updates. Thank you very much. Madam Edna from Nairobi, I hope you have shared, and I hope you this is what I'm talking about. Love you, ma. God bless you, ma. Thank you. But is that the topic? Is that the answer you have to this news? Is that all you have to this news? President watching from this thing. Okay, you have announced where you are watching from. Did you have any reasonable comment to drop as regard to this incident? Maybe your answer is no. Desmond Alfred, good afternoon. You have good afternoon. You heard the news. Did you have any comment? If this case is presented before you, that is to show that anybody should be able to do this what we are doing. Good afternoon and good morning is not a contribution. It's not a comment. It's not a way out. Omowumi Adeyemi, good afternoon, our beautiful, gorgeous president. Good afternoon. But from what you have read so far, you have heard so far, is good afternoon, your gorgeous president, and answer is a final statement to what you have read. Is that an advice you give to yourself and to your family? No. I just talk about it in the other page. That if you are on, learn to drop comments that are useful. Okay? Greeting is very necessary. When you come into a place, you greet. After greeting, what is your response to the topic of the day? It's very necessary. Thank you. We'll be back. Tab News Samuel say you are right. Okay.